Grow Show. And I got multi-stream chat open so that way when people start chatting in the comment section of either YouTube or Facebook, by all means, jump in, join the conversation, have fun. I see Max and Lindsay in here, and I know there's a bunch here in there checking it out, waiting for us to start. The show is beginning, and let's see how hot I get with a hat on today. We'll see. We shall see. Oh, speak up. I wonder if can you hear me now? Like, I could be far away. I don't know. Let me turn it up a little. How about now? Is that better? Better. Hey, what's up, Alex? So, what we're going to do today, these are the main topics, and then everything else that other people talk about in the chat, whether somebody breaks some news or somebody brings up a topic they want to talk about. But these are the main topics. Texas State Fair, SeaWorld Orlando, Great Adventure, Hershey Park, Lake Compounce, Six Flags New England, Walt Disney World, Silver Dollar City, and then whatever else. Those are the main topics that I got on there. So we're going to talk about all these different things. I mean, it's more or less the Six Flags stuff with the rumors and what was said, and the conversation kind of went a smidge longer, but not really. It was more of my ideas to keep, You just saw on Twitter, Sally, that Port Adventurer opened today. I take it. Oh, isn't there some dock ride or something? I saw something. And then Max says people should stop with the Orion. Is it a Giga thing? Cedar Fair invented the term Giga, so it's up to them to decide. Daniel, Six Flags New England isn't open. I don't know how much of what you've been seeing me post over the last 2 days. And with that, I mean, we're going to dive deeper into that just in a little bit. But regardless of your question, it's not open yet. And someone had business with the health department, for their own stuff. And then when they were done, they talked to Six Flags. They asked about Six Flags, what's the deal? Are they opening, not opening? And from what the person was told is that it doesn't look good, based on, we all know that based on current situation, Phase 4 is where amusement parks are, and no Phase 4 until there's a vaccine or treatment, so to speak. And I've been saying that from day one. Everybody, nah, I'm like, oh, it could open here. And then some workers were like, oh, no, Fright Fest. And then we hear, no, never, until there's a vaccine or something along those lines. So I went right to the source. I went right to the park, and I got a response from Jen McGrath, and she told us that's false, and they're working with the governor on guidance. And I also asked about questions about the passes and the perks and people paying and people wanting to cancel or pause or whatever. And she's going to gather information, so, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up the email. I don't care that people see what I typed to Jen and then see what, I'm not worried about that. It's not a secret. Plus, you guys know I like to be transparent. And she also said that I could share what we talked about with you guys. So that's what yesterday's post was. I put a video out today about it for those that don't follow on Facebook or Twitter, or maybe they're just a YouTube just sitting on that and they come across that. So that's out there. So, I mean, a little is just I'm re-talking about it for a couple of reasons. One, people, like Daniel Albert, he didn't obviously see anything, so there you go. And that's one reason. Two, like I said before, some people don't see things. Three, keep people informed. Four, I want to make sure that people voice their opinion on it like people are doing now. It's kind of crappy. out there, like, we're limited. I get it. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to be the guy that's like, people come at me going, you're a douche because you don't want to do this or you don't like this. It's okay to voice your, if you don't like masks, it's okay to say you don't like to wear a mask. Obviously, when you go to a park or a store, you're wearing a mask because you have to. Or you can't go to the park or you can't go to the store or whatever. They'll throw you out. At least around here, anyway. And we have no parks, so I have to follow a rule to be able to go. And if I don't do it, I don't go. You know what I mean? If I don't feel like wearing a mask, or I don't mind the social distance aspect, especially when I went to Lake Compounce last. It was nice. I mean, how many of you guys out there before this virus, and how many you hate getting bumped and people cutting in line? I don't know if there's any line jumpers out there yet, trying to cut the line because the line's so long, but it is very nice not to have people up your butt. I don't know, you know what I'm saying? You're here, but why? What's wrong, Jay? I mean, if you don't want to talk about it publicly, you can message me. You always know that. You're not bothering me, dude. If you ever need to talk, you just remember the door is always open to you, Jay, and anybody else. So keep that in mind. Anybody out there listening, if you're down in the dumps, you don't want to talk about it publicly, and you just need somebody there. There you go. Door's always open to message me. You may not like Lake Compounce, but right now I will take it. I mean, I like Lake Compounce. I don't have a problem with Lake Compounce. Do I wish they had more rides? Of course. I mean, even right normal time, like, do I wish they had more rides? Of course. But when I went there last week, I had the time of my life. For me personally, and I had a great time riding Ghost Hunt, riding the Flyers, riding Boulder Dash, riding Phobia, the Log Flume. We were just riding everything. Hey, what's up, Zach? So, like I said, you may not like Lake Hunt, and you know what? There is nothing wrong against that. I find that everywhere with employees. I wish that parks could be choosy in who they hire. Because we know, I've said this a million times on the show. There are workers, and matter of fact, there's one right there, Zach. He works, right, at a park. He works at Lake Compounce. But I know he's not one of them. Just some medical problems going on due to my visits have been limited. It sucks. I mean, you got to deal with what you got to deal with. You got to deal with medical stuff. You got to, your grandparents. I know you've had a lot of weird things going on, Jay. Weird, with sicknesses in the family and stuff like that. You got to pick and choose your battles, man. And right now for you, it's to make sure you're taking care of your grandparents. And then when you get to a park, you get to it. I mean, it sucks. And I'm not downing you at all. And I'm sure I'm not doing that to you. But I get it. You know what I mean? Like, it's not easy. It's not easy at all for anybody. Especially with everything going on, to add that on top of it is just a mess. But as I was saying about employees, especially this year, you can't be too picky, because one, they don't right now with no internationals to hire. That's out the window. So they got to take what they can get just to operate. And yes, some employees are there just for the check. Some employees, it's tough all around. But even in a normal year, I wish that people could, parks could be a little bit more choosy. And it's all, in all honesty, you can fix that. That's a problem that can be fixed. Maybe not this year, but next year when things are hopefully back to normal, which I think they will be. I think what parks need to do once we're out of this virus thing and things go back to somewhat of normal, be a little bit more picky. You can't just grab anybody because you're short people. I would rather be short people than have jerks. Here's an example. Go to Dollywood. I've never seen a bad employee there. I mean, most of my visits I don't really see many rude employees. Once in a blue moon, I see them around. There is no company that is immune to that. Yeah, I mean, just for the check right now means a lot for a good number of the workforce. But here's the thing, and a lot of teenagers don't understand this. So if there's any teenagers out there watching, take my advice. Even if you're not a teenager, just a person, and you're taking a job anywhere, and customer service is a big part of it. So you could be a douche and just be rude to people. Like, I get it. Years ago, even when I remember as a kid, when the term came out, the customer's always right. You know what I mean? And that statement is false. The customer is not always right. But because that it got out there and it spread like wildfire, and people just think that's just a thing. Well, it's not. So anybody that's out there being rude to the workers, you're a jerk. You should get slapped. And the workers that are rude just because they're jerks and should get a slap. Right now, there's no way to control that at theme parks right now. Other stores, it is, you might get a rude cashier or a rude person. A lot of it gets built up frustration. People are always trying to get free stuff or money, trying to sue something. And that's not the way it should be. And I'm glad to see that, the staff at GA did good. That's cool. Next year, Holiday World is giving tours. You can go on Voyage Lift Hill and get a closer at Thunderbird. Coaster Studios' latest video was over it. Well, oh yeah, I have a Halloween Horror Nights thing in here too. It's not anything huge. I forgot about that. And I'll get into Halloween. Let me write that down because I didn't write it down. But you brought up a good point. So I want to write down. Oop. So, with all that being said, in any case, so excuse me, the workers take pride, right? Take pride in being a worker. You know what I mean? Because in a second you can lose your job at any given time, in any given year, at any time for whatever reason. And then they get all mad that they got fired and they run their mouth. Just look, if you're a worker in any job out there, like, I get it. There's days you hate your job. There's days I hate my job and I own it. It's like, ugh. Like today, for example, I woke up and was like, I really don't want to go today, but I put my big big boy pants on and boots, and I went, and and that was, and I did it. So you gotta, if you ever want to, if you're the type that just wants to be rude and stuff, you'll never go anywhere in life, and you're gonna wonder why you don't make the big bucks. So, and that's why. It's all in your attitude, how you work, your work ethic. It's so easy in a theme park to get. You know what I mean? It's so easy to move up the ladder in a theme park. It's too easy. And then people are wondering why they're not getting different positions. It's your attitude. If you're not getting a supervisor or manager position and you don't get it, you need to check yourself before you rickety wreck yourself. But yeah, Halloween Horror Nights. So there we go. We're kicking off some news. Halloween Horror Nights. You've been... Which ride were you pressure washing? Well, the queue. Which queue, Mr. Billion, were you pressure washing? Anyway, yeah, like Alex and LB Kosama, if you're looking at the comments, they're saying make sure the heat's been brutal for like the last month, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, something like that. It's been brutal. So if you're going out there, make sure you hydrate. Water, something, quench that thirst. Because you're gonna heat up. Don't be like me and drink pot juice and heat up and sweat. Yeah, the heat's no joke, man. Don't mess around with that. Wait, where the hell do you work? With a bobsled? Do you work at... I don't know. Oh, Great Escape. Oh, let me ask you this, Mr. Billy. Are they getting ready to open? because I forgot I was supposed to send a message to the park to just to get an idea, because I haven't seen anything about an opening or anything, and no announcement of it. I don't know when they're planning on opening, but I'm sure they're getting it ready to do so. I just forgot to send the email. I'll do that in a little bit. I'm going to write on this paper, email the park. I was supposed to do that. Oh, see, Daniel, you can't see the other comments because you're on Facebook. I can see the comments on Facebook and YouTube. So on YouTube, there's people between Facebook and YouTube. See, when I'm looking at it, I can see the icon if it's coming from YouTube or Facebook. I don't know what you guys see. Well, I do know that there is maintenance people from Six Flags New England helping Darien Lake get ready. That I do know. Yeah, it's tough to find out. I gotta put email. Great Escape. You know, I kind of left them alone just because nobody knew what was going on. They were in New York and all that, so I didn't bother. Oh yeah, Dorney opened today. But anyway, as I was talking about Halloween Horror Nights, if you go to their website, and I'm going to do it now just to double check, but everybody's been taking screenshots of I'm looking at the Twitter popped up, Lindsay, and you sent me a thing about the school thing. The moms want it, the dads want it, the kids don't want it. The kids don't want to go back. I can tell you one thing about school. My kids want nothing to do with going back to school. If they could distance learn for the rest of their life, they would. Because then they wouldn't do anything and they'd be so mediocre at school and they don't even care. I mean, I would do the same thing if I was a kid. I wouldn't sign in. I would do my work whenever I felt like it. I'd catch up. Because they were very lenient on it this year as they were getting the hang of it. And if they have to do social distancing again this coming year, it'll be the same thing, except more stressful. And then if that happens, I'm going to do some research. If there's social distance again, I know this sounds like a jerky thing. I'm going to I want to find a calculation of how much of my taxes go to the school. And then I'm going to have my accountant from my paychecks deduct that much from my taxes. And they go, you didn't pay the full... If my kid's not in school and taking the bus and I got to be the teacher, I ain't paying my school share of the taxes. Ain't happening. If I gotta be the teacher and try and teach my kid on this, why do we gotta pay all them other teachers and people? Their job just got eliminated. Anyway, so I'm looking at that's just my view. It might not be a public opinion. That's just mine. But Halloween Horror Nights. Come on. Alright, so what I'm looking at, if you go to Halloween Horror Nights, just Google Halloween Horror Nights and click on the Halloween Horror Nights website, a pop-up. It says Important Safety Guidelines. It says Universal will continue to follow CDC guidelines and the recommendations of local and health and safety officials for its operation of Halloween Horror Nights this fall. More details will be shared closer to the event's debut. So it looks like it's still on. Nothing has been announced. Right? It all says coming soon. Scare zones coming soon. Attractions coming soon. Live entertainment coming soon. So there's nothing yet for that. Nothing yet. Oh yeah, the fight. Yeah, that's another thing that's on the list about the fight and all that stuff. So you're saying there are kids that would like to. I don't want to go back to campus in the fall. You got a grudge towards the administration and live out of state. I might handle 5 courses better at home online. To be honest, I know. I think today or yesterday, Harvard University. Hey, what's up, Charles? announced that all their classes are online. Yeah, some of them. Some of the yeah, the economy can't recover if the kids are at home, because there's people that can't. There's people that cannot work because they can't afford, a babysitter or a daycare, and they're trying to work and they don't make enough, but they don't make less enough to qualify for free daycare, so nothing can happen. I know there's parents. See, here's the misconception about the virus. The virus is there. The virus is scary to a lot of people. It's not scary to me. It's scary to a lot of people, and I'm not here to police and say you're right or wrong. My only concern is with people is you do you, I do me, and you don't need to say nothing. I mean, if you want to sit at home and yell at the screen when I say something stupid, hey, that's cool. We don't censor people. I mean, if you want to message me and call me an asshole, I don't care. The whole point of it is, if you're scared or you have an underlying condition, just stay home. And us people that feel safe enough to go out, we go out. It can't be an all or nothing kind of thing, because it's not in this country. It's just not going to happen. So either wear your mask, don't wear your mask, live, die, catch the virus, don't get sick, get symptoms, no symptoms, whatever it is. But when it comes to school, the only kids that are dying from the virus are ones that have underlying conditions. I mean, nobody should die, but that's the case. That's what's going on. So there's no. I mean, yes, a kid could catch it and could pass it on. I understand that. I'm not a moron. So you take that with a grain of salt. You got to make the choices. There's some people that are not sending their kids back to school until there's a vaccine, and I don't think they can do anything about that. I mean, I think those kids could social distance. Yeah, people are always acting up. Yeah, I've been hearing about that. I know, I gotta buy tickets to that. Did I even put my wallet? Oh, I put my wallet upstairs. Oh, you got till July. I just want to see if I can pick what nights I can pick. So if I select that, oh, all right, cool. So for those that, if you're gonna go to Halloween Horror Nights, there's a buy one night free promotional. Get one night free. Must be purchased by July 22nd for use on 2 Halloween Horror Night event nights. So you can get 2 nights. So you can get, it's from September 10th through November 1st. The blackout dates are 10/11, 10/17, 10/24, and 10/30. Those you cannot. All right, cool. It's non-refundable, non-transferable, and must be used by the same person on all days. All right, cool. So there you have it. So if you want to go, there you go. So there you go. So if you want to buy the ticket, oh yeah, my pinball machines. The what was it, last week or whatever? The construction going on because it wasn't weather tight. The rain came in the basement and I got them out, so we didn't destroy pinball machines and stuff. But I believe it's weather tight as of today, so I can slowly start putting them back and getting this room back to normal, which is great. I'm still going to put them on wooden blocks just in case. You know, you never know. Because I mean, believe it or not, what's sitting behind me, and you can't see them all, there's 5 in here and 1 in the other room. That's a lot of money. You would cry. You as a person would cry if you knew the total amount between the 6. You would cry if that got destroyed. You know, you would cry. You would just kill yourself. It's ridiculous. You would just go drown yourself in a pool or something and drown in your sorrow. But nothing, thankfully, is destroyed. So it's good. Anyway, so that's the Halloween Horror Nights. It looks like it's a go. I do know there's haunted houses here and there so far that have the canceling stuff, like Eastern States Penitentiary. They said no haunt this year. The Deep Horizon or whatever it is in Florida, that's no go. Mickey's Not So Scary, no go. It's all going to be based on the state and what they can and can't do. Wait, what state are you in, Daniel Albert? Because I think I'm in the safest state. Unless you live in my state. Yeah, if you find me on, hang on, let me put it over here. If you want to hit me up afterwards, if you got, do you have, Mr. Billion, do you have Facebook? If you do, I'm putting my name in, just find that and you'll see me. Everybody knows my name anyway. You see that name right there, Joshua? You find that on Facebook. And the picture on my profile is... Oh, me, Jessica, Jeremy, and Insane Clown Posse. That is... if you see the little icon, that's us. Oops, I can't spell. I'm typing a Dave. All right, so yeah, so that's, if you want, shoot me a message. And, you know, when I'm done, you know, after the show, hit me up with whatever, you know, and we could do it that way. When you're on Boulder Dash, you can see the houses on Winding Ridge. I can't see any house. The only thing I see is haunted houses. I mean, yeah, I haven't seen any houses, but who the hell knows? I know when you're going up the lift hill, like as soon as you come out of the station, if you look right to the right, you can see the stuff from the haunted houses, for haunted graveyard up. I don't think they take that certain stuff down. Yeah, school's weird. It's all weird. You rode Boulder Dash the other day when you got out early and your long arms hit a tree branch. Well, Zach, when I was at the park and I was on the flyers near the end of the day, I was cranking that thing. You know the bush that's up against the ride, Zach, up against the flyers. I went straight through the bush, like almost hitting the ride. When I came down, I went right through the bush. I was murdering the flowers. I was up over the wall where the picture is with the airplane. I've never gotten that. I never rocked that ride. So I know I said it last week, but I was just so proud of myself. I patted myself on the back because I usually can't snap. I mean, I can, but it's not all the time. The first 2 or 3 rides I had on the flyers, I didn't snap it. Hey, partial credit's better than none. At Lake Compounce, I did that. Lake Compounce's flyers used to be unsnappable. Like, no matter no matter what you could do before they changed something. I don't know what they changed, but you could never snap it. And then like the last like I don't know 3 to 4 years, you've been able to crack you if you're paying attention and you get into a groove when you get your boat going like this, you can get that thing cracking. I had 3 awesome snaps, and then I was up on that high wall with the plane on it like this, sideways, just up over it. And then when I came down, they turned the thing off. Because at the time, I was going, my kids were snapping it, and I was just going crazy with it, and everybody else was just, it was funny as hell. I don't know, I love riding the flies. If I could snap them, I love them to death. I love it. It's awesome. It is. It's just one of those, it's just one of those rides that me personally, I think is awesome. But that's me. It's just like this weird little flat ride, and you're like, oh, it ain't nothing. But when you can work that ride and you can make it do things like that, like go to Knoebels. Anybody can snap it. A tree frog could snap the ones at Knoebels, because that's the only one with a fuel powered engine, and that thing cranks. All of them are electric. With electric motors, so they're only going and you program and whatever. They got the motor sitting right next to the guy that's attached to the ride, to the mechanics, and you're just going crazy. I don't know. I just love flyers. I mean, I'm surprised they don't have a braking system on it, because those things usually have a braking system on them. Yeah, it takes a while for that thing to slow down at the end. But see me, I don't care. I like to rock it. That's just one of my favorites. All right, so let's talk about SeaWorld Orlando, because they're doing something cool. Beginning July 10th, if you're down there, they're doing. If you go on their website, there's a thing called fire. What is it called? Oh, Flicks and Fireworks. So what they're doing is it's a 3-night drive-in movie event in the parking lot. That after the movie, preceded by fireworks, beginning July 10th. It costs $50 a car load. The first movie on the Friday is Shark Tale. There's a 20% discount for SeaWorld annual pass holders. Admission to theme park is not included. The event will also feature local food trucks with items for sale, starting at 7:45. The fireworks will begin at 9 p.m., and the movies will cap off the evening. Okay. The movie lineup after Shark Tale will be A Dog's Purpose on the Saturday and The Karate Kid on Sunday. All 3 films are rated PG. The films will be watched from inside vehicles, and face coverings will be required when visitors are not in their cars. So if you go to SeaWorldOrlando.com, you can get all the, for Flicks and Fireworks reservations. So make sure you get reservations and you get more information. Go to the website and you're all good. So that's pretty cool. I think Dorney is worth... I'll get to your question in a second, Aaron. Productions. Alex, Dorney worth a visit? Yes. And the reason why I say that is they got some cool rides. They got a first gen Intamin Free Fall, which I love. Dorney has was it Thunderhawk's decent. I like what the hell's the steel coaster they got there, the big one. They got Hydra. I mean, unless if you're a credit whore and you really want credit, Steel Force. They got Hydra. What's the inverted one? I forgot what that is. Talon. That's what it is. If you're not trying to run around looking for credits, you can skip the mouse, because they only allow like 2 adults in it. Yeah, I mean, that's worth the visit alone right there. Talon, Steel Force, Hydrus, Demon Drop. That's even add in Thunderhawk because it's decent. Well, John, it is and it isn't. Demon Drop came from Cedar Point. No. Demon Drop came from Geauga Lake. And Geauga Lake, I think, was the ones that bought Rocky Points. So technically, there's some Rocky Point pieces in there, depending upon, you know, if they've made it or not through all this time. But there could be, because they got between Cedar Point, Geauga Lake, and Rocky Point. You know, if you do want to ride the original Rocky Point wooden horse, go to Atlantic Beach Park down in Rhode Island. You can ride those. Yeah, Dorney's got a pretty decent flat collection too. They got some cool rides that I enjoy. I like to visit the parks. I don't run. I no longer chase credits. I find, like I've said before on the show, I find it's a waste of time. And the reason why I find it's a waste of time is because you're out trying to get credits and then you start missing out on other pieces of the park. They got that cool train ride, Zaire or whatever it's called. I think you guys, if it's whatever the hell it is, Zyflin, something, what is he? A little cramped in, but it's cool when you're sitting in the train. They got some cool flats. Matter of fact, I'm going to look it up right now. Dorney Park is really cool. Like, I know it gets dumped on. That's like the equivalent of like Six Flags America, I guess, to people. So let's check out the roller coasters, right? You got Hydra, Possessed. You got Steel Force, Talon, Thunderhawk, Wild Mouse, and Woodstock Express. Me personally, if I was going tomorrow, I would skip Wild Mouse and Woodstock Express. I mean, I don't think I've ever ridden Woodstock Express. I don't really, for the most part, go after kitty credits. I'm not that desperate. Possessed is cool. I mean, it's an impulse, but this one's a little different. When the brake works on it, when it goes up the spike, sometimes it stops and then drops you. It's cool. So let's look at. So you got Demon Drop, you got Dominator, the drop tower, you got an Enterprise, Meteor, whatever you want to call that, was like the ride that was inside Pandemonium back in the day. They got Revolution. They got a Rapids ride. They got a log flume. Oh, yeah, the log flume's pretty cool. Whitewater Landing, the big splash boat if you like being soaked to the bone. Then they got a carousel. Apollo is cool. Cedar Creek Cannonball Train. They got flyers. They got bumper cars. They got a Ferris wheel. They got like a Trioca. They got a Spider ride. Music Express. They got a car ride similar to Lake Compounce, it looks like. A Scrambler, a pirate ship, a Tilt-A-Whirl, a Wave Swinger. Whip is great. Yeah, ZEPHYR. That train is cool. That is. So what are the rides we got? They got Kid Ride. Water Park's kind of cool. Most of the people go to the water park. Not everybody's always in the thing. I really want to ride Demon Drop Sorella in Italy. I don't know what that is. Don't ride Monster, though. It makes me rainbow. I don't know what Knoebels is getting. They put in a ride for this year. I don't even know if it opened. Let me check. It's a ride like Woodley Compounce. Twister, they're getting their own version of it. I don't know. Black Diamond, Cosmotron, Downdraft. They got a brand new version of that, I think. Fandango, the Flyers, Flying Turns, Galleon, the Flume, Haunted Mansion, Impulse. Oh, the Looper is closed. Paratrooper isn't. Power Surge is closed. Phoenix isn't. Satellite's closed. Skalusha's open. Stratosphere is open. Super Roundup's closed. Twister is open. Wipeout is closed. They may not have... Oh, Impulse is closed. Why? Flying Turn... Well, Flying Turn's getting work done, so that's that. Fandango is closed. Black Diamond and Cosmotron are open. See, I don't know if that ride... I'm trying to see if the new ride... And I don't know what they were calling it, but there was... Wow, the Wave Swing is closed. Carousel's open. Ferris Wheel's open. Crazy Sub is closed. Bumper Cars are open. Balloon Race closed. Antique Cars are open. Motorboat. Oh, you can do the motorboat. Brrr. Scramble is open. Train Ride's open. Paradrop is closed. Pioneer Train open. Rock and Tug is closed. Scenic Skyway's closed. Roto Jet's open. Teacups open. Tilt-A-Whirl open. Tumble and Timbus, that's that new ride. That's closed from last year. The Whipper. So I don't think the new ride is... Where are you seeing a new... It's probably that ride, the Twister ride. That's probably what it is. You get the Dark Knight credit. You know, that indoor coaster isn't bad. And I would add a future visit to Dorney to check it out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would definitely go to Dorney. It's not going to kill you to do it. You know? And Aaron Productions had asked, hey, when am I going again to Lake Compounce? I will be there, not this Saturday, the following Saturday for that ACE event. That's when I'll be at Lake Compounce again. And then I'm going to book another Lake Compounce trip at some point. And after tomorrow, I was gonna do it today. I ran out of time. I recorded a video showing the process of reservation. Somebody, you know, through one of the Lake Compounce videos in the comments was like, "Hey, can you make a video showing how to do it?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'll get it out tomorrow." So when I get home from work tomorrow, I'm gonna edit it quick. It's just a step-by-step process of how to get, you know, to do it. I figured if a viewer's requesting it, even if one person watches it, then I'll do it. You know, they didn't know what to do. And that's okay, because it's a little tricky on how to get to stuff. Honestly, it's probably not going to happen this year for me for Great Adventure as much as I wanted to. Like I said, I got a lot going on here where I can't really just up and go away. Which I know sounds weird, because I can go anywhere I want at any time I want, but because of the virus and all the hogwash that's going on, I got what? Let me hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11. I have 11 weeks left of being a single free man, I guess. You know, not married. So in 11 weeks, it's what the hell was that? Where the hell did that come from? It just fell out of nowhere. That was over there. How the hell did it get over here? I don't know. So yeah, so in 11 weeks, so I got all this stuff to do. I got to get the house ready, the yard ready. I mean, we're doing some trips and stuff in between things, you know, but I got to get things ready. Plus, we got the honeymoon. I still got to book some of the honeymoon stuff. And this weekend, we're going to New Hampshire for the weekend. Gonna go to Clark's, Bears, or Trading Post, whatever you want to call it. Gonna hang out and have some fun, do some stuff, eat some food, buy some fireworks, and whatever else, you know. So yeah, that's basically, you know, don't get me wrong, I'm still going to parks, you know, go to Lake Compounce. I'm gonna try my best to get a Canopy Lake trip in this year. I'd like to do that at least once this year. If New England does in fact open, I'd like to get that in, you know, and get New England time in, but I don't know if that's going to happen. You know, and Jay, I saw your comment saying you need to get some coaster credits. Everybody needs to get a little coaster credits in their arsenal. You know, when you can do it, you can do it. All right, so next, let's talk about Six Flags Great Adventure. So it opened Friday, and it looked like to be a complete crap fest. people were complaining about how long it took to get into the park. You know, people were saying, for those of you that have been to Great Adventure, I don't know how many of you have, but the line stretched, you know, from the toll booth, you know, the parking booth, all the way to Wawa. And it was taking people over an hour just to get to the parking booth. Then once they parked their car, there was a little bit of a mess with parking. And then to get in was like another hour, and people were waiting forever to get drinks. It was just like this big crap fest of things. So, you know, I heard overall it was okay. People weren't 100% compliant, I heard. You know, not wearing the mask properly. Some people weren't social distancing. They said the majority of the people were. And I guess at the end of the day, if you want to feel... It's up to... I mean, it has to be, you know, to keep you safe in a park. At the end of the day, it has to be everybody trying to work together to make it happen. But if you got a bunch, you know, you got to... Say there was 1,000 people in the park. I don't know what the number was, but just say it was 1,000. It was probably more than that. But say it was 1,000. Say you had 100 people out of that 1,000 not doing what they were supposed to be doing. For the majority, for the most part, if you're doing your part, you'll be all right. You know what I mean? I mean, it's not, depending upon the mask, it's not foolproof. There are some masks. I was wearing a neck gaiter one time, sneezed, and I literally watched the spray go right through the mask. Like, I was totally covered, and I watched it right through. I had a pretty good mask, not an N95, but it was a decent, good quality mask, and I sneezed, not as much, but still a bunch. You know, this was at home. This wasn't out in public, just before people get the pitchforks and torches going, you're gross. I was doing a test. I wanted to see, you know. I happened to sneeze. I had a mask next to me. I put it on quick. I held the sneeze, and you know. And I had the other one. When, you know, I took that off, and then when I had to sneeze again, did the same thing. And I mean, unless you're gonna wear an N95 or better, you're not. You know, but I think. Now there's none that I know of. I'm sure maybe overseas there might be, Daniel, about parks with Paw Patrol. There might be. The temp check and the bag check was quick. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, there's a lot of stuff. Look, there's a lot of stuff that you could do, right? There's a lot of stuff that people can do even when people aren't thinking of other people. You know, you can... I mean, if you're in a queue line, it's a little tougher. You can't, you know... You're trying to keep your distance. But as long as people are keeping the distance, you're all right. You know, wear your mask, whatever. You know, I'm a big... I hate masks. You know, I don't like... Especially in the heat. I don't like wearing them, but because I want to go to the park, I wear the mask. And you should do the same thing, I guess. I mean, I'm not trying to tell you either way. I'm not your mommy. I'm not your daddy. You do what you got to do. I don't want to wear them, but I do. But when you go to the designated areas where you can take them off, stay away from people. Do your thing. You want to go have a cigarette? Go smoke. You want to eat? Go eat. You want to drink? Go drink. Do it in the appropriate area, and there's no problem. I always find a way legally to make sure that my day at the park's okay. And you guys can do this. You don't abuse it. You know, if what I do is I kill two birds, one stone. I'm thirsty, right? Everybody knows I'm a smoker, whether it's right or wrong, but still. I go to the smoking section. I have a drink. At the same you know what I mean? Puff, drink. It's kind of funny to watch somebody do that, but that way I'm having my drink. I'm not near anybody. I'm away from people. I'm socially distanced. I'm not a disgusting person. I shower with deodorant. I use soap, you know. And I do love like what Lake Compounce does about the hand sanitizer before you go on a ride or no ride kind of thing. I like that. I felt like I was on a cruise ship because that's what I mean, cruise ships have been very aware of germs for a long time, and the same thing goes on, especially on Royal Caribbean ships. I can still remember the when you walk into the dining room for like the buffets on a cruise ship. They on Royal Caribbean they have hand washing stations. If you don't want to wash your hands, you have to wash your hands and put hand sanitizer. You have to do one or the other, and that was pre-virus. That wasn't new, something new. And I can remember the Asian man because he had the Asian. He was from some part of somewhere in the Asian countries. I don't know where. I didn't look at his name tag, but he had the accent. And he's like, no washy, no foodie, and it was hilarious. And the guy was cool as hell, and he had hand sanitizer, squirt. So it's not like something new. And the funny thing is, I should be the last person complaining about a mask. Let me I'm gonna show you guys something, and you're gonna laugh. I gotta find it real quick. Realistically, I should be the last person. If anybody, I should be advocating for masks. And when I show you this picture, you'll understand why. I just gotta find the right. I gotta find. Okay, perfect. All right, I found where I gotta get the. What's here? Oh, I still got from last week up. But if you guys want to see something funny of why I should be the one that has no issue with masks. Some people might get where I'm going with this. Some people will go, what are you talking about, you dumbass? Hang on. You guys ready for this? This is from 2007. Oh, I gotta make it bigger. It's probably gonna look like crap, but yeah. See that? That is me. Back in 2007. See, I got a microphone in hand, covered in fake blood, doctor outfit, Dr. Giggles. My hair's dyed, I think. And then I'm going to show you where I was and why I was like that. Because where the photo I got will show you exactly where I was. Oh, I got to hit the button. Okay. This, yes, was a concert, but it was a music festival. Yeah, somebody took these pictures with a crappy thing, and that's what I used to bleach my hair all the time. You know what I'm saying? This is the gathering of the Juggalos. It's the Insane Clown Posse music festival. We had a chick in a straitjacket. We had you can't. It's very pixelated, but you can see the gathering. You see the Hatchet Man. You can see my banner that usually hangs, which is on top, which is upside down right here. That banner that's hanging that says Dr. Giggles is this same exact banner right here. It was just small, hung up. I'm in the way, and I'm fat. You can't see it, but if you look, it's the same banner. Oh, I've dyed my hair so many colors, it's unreal. I've had green hair, red hair. The red ran out and became pink. Hey, it's okay. No need to apologize. Just glad you're here. I just want to see if there's any other. Since I'm down memory lane and I can access it quick. Not that anybody really cares, but I do. And you can't see the crowd in any of the pictures, but at that festival there was 10,000 people. There wasn't 10,000 people in front of me, but 10,000 people could hear me. What's this? Oh yeah, you don't want to see though. I can't put those pictures up. You want to see something? I can show. There's nothing too bad. You want to see something? That was from the year before at the gathering when I was there. I took that picture. You guys could get the hint. you know what? I'll admit that was the. I don't know. I've performed at a lot of places. You know, I've done a lot of crazy shows. Oh yeah, see, I'm looking right now. I'm trying to find. What's this? Oh yeah, here's another one. Do I got red hair in this one? Yeah, see, in this one, I had red hair. Back, you know, so you get the idea. There's Jay, it's not about being a player, man. I had fun, and it was, you know, look, when you're playing big shows like that, I don't even have to say anything else. Just saying. Just saying. But yeah, so that was my memory lane that I took you down. Hopefully you enjoyed it. You can, I mean, we could. There's days and days and days that you could go on for. I mean, I found a whole bucket. Yeah, I was ahead of the time doing that. Wearing the whole point out was to show you. Look, I've been. That picture I showed you at the gathering. You want to know how crazy the heat? That was in Cave and Rock, Illinois. At a place called Hog Rock. It's like a campground, and they do, you know, biker festivals and other music festivals and stuff like that. The driveway to the campground is through the middle of a cornfield. At the time, because I wanted to record the time. You want to be me when I grow up. I still haven't grown up, as you can tell. It was I wanted to know the temperature and the time. I think I went on at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. It was 107 degrees with like crazy humidity. It was hot as hell. Like we were like, I had black rubber gloves. I had like dress pants on. I had that whole outfit on, the mask on, the black gloves on. I had like black boot shoes or something on, and I can remember. It was like I was just pure sweat. Like I had a 30-minute set just rocking the hell out of it. And the cool thing that Insane Clown Posse did for their thing, they had these school buses that had the tops. Well, actually, the whole sides and everything was chopped off, and it was just, you would just sit on the floor. And it drove around, you know. They drive around, so you can go to where they had wrestling rings. They had, you know, the main stage. I was on the second stage. They have tents with like people trying to like do battles, and then at nighttime at like 2 a.m. they would have like midget wrestling, or they'd have girls wrestling, and then they would do on the Saturday night, they call it Bloody Mania. They're using barbed wire and thumbtacks and the long light bulbs, smacking each other in the head with them. Matter of fact, that was the gathering that I watched Jake the Snake Roberts get whacked in the face with a fish from the lake. There was a swimming hole you could swim in, and some of the fish died from all the clay in the bottom kicking it up. So people were picking up dead fish, saving them for something, and then when Jake the Snake Roberts, I'm sure some of you guys know him from the WWF days, WWE, somebody hucked a fish from the crowd into the wrestling ring and hit Jake the Snake Roberts right in the face. It was funny. It's the craziest music festival thing that I've ever seen, and I'm glad that I was able to be part of it a few times. Brockton Fair, everything's getting canceled, and I get it, and this year just sucks. It sucks. Something awful, and I get it with which everybody's fighting to try to get back to normal. We all want Six Flags New England to open, or whatever park or festival or whatever. Enter whatever you like to do here. Whatever you like to do, just enter it right there, and most of it's canceled. You know what I'm saying? So it's tough. Like, I know it's a hard pill for all of us to swallow. As they say, we're in this together, whether we like it or not. And you can, I mean, I'm a big. You can tell by my post on Facebook that I absolutely cannot stand the governor of Rhode Island, and I wouldn't complain as much about my governor if she followed the rules that she lays upon us. Plus, she got caught taking coronavirus money from the federal government and putting it into the state budget, which that's not where it's supposed to go. So maybe they'll get her out. But I mean, her term's almost up, and when her term's up, she's out. So, but yeah, it's just like, like I said, with those pictures showing you, I wore I made the mask, and so I mean, who the hell knows? It's just, I shouldn't be the one complaining, but I think it's different when you're being told to do it versus just doing it on your own. People are very resistant, and that's why there's problems. People not wearing masks, people, like, not even at park, just in going out, and people are like, hey, you know what? No, I'm not doing it, because why should I do that if, my rights? Because, like I've said before, I know people like, wear the mask, save everybody, be kind to each other. I'm okay with that message. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, the more you do that and allow them to, you're allowing them to take your rights. I'm not trying to be political. That's my blip on that. All the executive orders that they've done in every state are illegal. That's why Six Flags could be preparing to sue Governor Baker to reopen. That's what I think. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure on that. I'm still waiting for more information from Jen. So let's let that be a segue into the Six Flags New England bit about what... If you haven't, I don't know how many of you watched the video or saw the posts and what I talked about in the very beginning. Well, yeah, it is common in Asia to do that because they've been trained to do that. That's been part of their culture for a long time. It's not part of our culture here. See, here's the problem, and I always say that all the time, because once this virus is over, I'm never wearing a mask again. I don't care. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, everybody's been saying Six Flags New England should be suing, but I don't know if they're going. I don't know if they got the balls to do it. I don't know what their thought process is, and I didn't ask, and it's not my business. It's up to them. We've all been saying sue. They should sue, because the second they do, they win. Like, all these executive orders are just like a common courtesy to you and I and everybody else. That's all this is. They technically can't fine you. They can't arrest you. And if they did, you'd win the case. You could countersue and the thing, it'd be over. They can't throw you in jail for... They can threaten you all they want. They cannot arrest you for not wearing a mask. They cannot arrest you for social distancing. They can't... None of that stuff. It's all illegal. And the only reason why is because the Constitution's not suspended. So if it's not suspended, everything that... I understand. So don't take this in the wrong way. Don't take it as I'm advocating to... Don't wear a mask. Don't do this. I don't want to wear one. I do because so I can have fun. And I don't go to the store often anymore, and we don't wear masks in the office because I'm the only one in there 99% of the time. The guys are running out doing their thing, and when they're on the job, they wear their masks, they social distance, they do their thing. You know what I'm saying? So when I'm in my office, I am the only one there. I'm not wearing a mask. I don't have to worry about anybody sneezing on me. And even when we're in there, we're all spread out. It's big for 3 people, Hopefully soon 4. Hoping. I don't know when that's going to happen, but I'm hoping more sooner than later. And I finally have a check on the way from JCPenney. Woohoo! But yeah, on to the Six Flags New England stuff. So, those that are just tuning in, that missed the little blip in the beginning, those that have not paid attention to the YouTube video that dropped today and did not look at the Facebook posts for the last couple days, and I apologize to everybody. It's like a repeat, but I just want people to know. I'm going to give you the quick story. Someone said they talked to the health department, and for their own business. They asked about Six Flags. Said it doesn't look good. They paid their taxes. They're going to stick around, and it looks like they're not going to open. So that spread like wildfire, and it was crazy. So I said, let me talk to Jen, because a lot of people started freaking out, and I'm like, we need to figure this out. So I asked 2 questions. I said, is that rumor true? Yes or no? If you're allowed, because I said, hang on, let me pull up the. I'm not gonna put it up and down. I'm just gonna read it to you word for word what I said and what she said. And I'm gonna get rid of some of this stuff so I can get to it. No, go back. Hang on, give me a second. I'm trying to. Okay, so that's all good, done. I gotta find, where is it? Oh, then I wanna also to go over, because I just seen it. There's small changes to the Ace event at Quasi and Lake Compounce, but let me pull up the email from. So I titled the email a couple of questions. This is what I said. This is going to be word for word. There's nothing secret. It says, good evening. Hope all is well. Saw you in the Great Adventure video from the local news. Glad to see you working. I just have a few questions, and I hate even bothering you even when I email you, LOL. In any case, someone that had business with Agawam health officials asked after they were done conducting business about SFNE. They were saying, based on the current climate, doesn't look good, but we aren't even looking for anything about the opening, because I wanted to make sure that she didn't think I was. And I said, since that person made a post on Facebook, as per usual, everybody fills my messages on Facebook, which was true. Here are the questions below. And I took, this was multiple in my messages. It was all over comments everywhere, and then people tagging me and talking to me and whatever. So it says, here are the questions below. Number 1, if SFNE doesn't open for the year, will the perks go into 2021 from, if I understand correctly, the upgrade in membership level level in perks were only good for 2020, so people are wondering if parks that do not open and continue to pay, will there be the same perks, different perks, tough luck, question mark. And then I also said, if SFNE doesn't open for the year, when will there be an announcement? People are saying if they can't use the pass, they would just like to either pause, cancel, or move to 2021 if possible with passes and memberships. And then I said, I know you probably don't even know or not even allowed to say anything in case something changes to allow you to open. Totally understand if you have nothing to say or that you have to zip your lip due to headquarters saying stay quiet for many reasons. We get it. I think people are panicking because of the virus and because so many unknowns, and hoping we can get some type of answer if allowed. Thank you in advance. Talk soon. Joshua Martins, SFNEOnline. So, this is her response. She says, thank you for reaching out. Indeed, we did have the person who posted the false claim pull it down. I think it's like a different person than the person that we saw post, because it's still up. It says, here is our current statement, as we have yet to make any other announcements at this time. You are more than welcome to share this with SFNEOnline or ACE members. She put in yellow, we are still pending guidance from state and local health officials on a potential opening date. She goes, I would ask in regards to the below questions, we hold off answering until I learn more. At this time, we are committed to ensuring we make good with all of our members and pass holders. She put, stay well, stay in touch, and you were never a bother. And she put in capital letters, never. And then she put Jen. So, the conversation continued a little bit. I also said, thank you for your response. I've been passing the info along. Whenever you find out anything, please let me know. And it goes, I will make a suggestion for the park, LOL. Please make social distancing in the lines permanent. I said, I went to Lake Compounce last week, and it was awesome with not having people on top of you. I really hope the new norm in the future is virtual lines. Then this is something that a lot of you people are probably not going to like. But and the next line, the next sentence is, hell, I would pay a lot more to keep reservations and less crowds, but still profitable for Six Flags, similar to what Discovery Cove does. limit capacity, charge an arm and a leg plus your firstborn. LOL. Then I put, talk soon, stay safe. Hope to see you at SFNE in 2020. Thanks, Josh. So that was that. So then in return, I had an idea pop up. Oh, actually, she says, thank you. This is good feedback. You're right. We will learn a lot and perhaps keep some items folks enjoy. I will share this with the team. So she said that. Then I responded, which is funny, with, I kept going on about, I said, if Six Flags as a whole is smart, which I think they are, having a virtual queue line is the wave of the future. Nobody wants to be pressed up against anybody anymore. People want to use a device or their cell phone and click a ride and be told when to go to the ride. Plus, that works better for the parks to help generate more income because people aren't waiting in lines. They're playing games, eating, shopping, etc. Personally, I'd rather see Six Flags invest in the future, even though the public doesn't get excited about stuff that's in the background. Plus, investing in its future for decades to come, personally for me, is better than getting an attraction every year. I know, sounds crazy, but people are coming regardless once this virus is over, and would be great just to see these things come. I'm just happy that parks are opening up, so I don't have to sit on the couch anymore. And I said, if you ever need to pick my brain, don't hesitate to ask, because I have ideas for days, especially based off of guidelines, future tech, and ideas for better capacity, better ways to make money, and better guest experiences during COVID-19 in the future. I've been studying a lot of stuff, watching what works and what doesn't. Talk soon, Josh. So that's what I said word for word to the park and what they said. I think that parks are kind of on their own right now. I don't know. I think if things get bad, Alex, that they wouldn't. You know, if they really need a bailout, I'm sure they could go to the government and get some money. I'm sure they can go, hey, us over here, you know, we need some stuff. But yeah, so that's the conversation that Jen and I had yesterday. And, but yeah, that's really it. What does Jay Kite says? I'm not sure that a Fright Fest will happen here in Texas, but I know under Jeffrey authorities it might happen. So let's see what happens. And then he says, it sucks that Hollow Scream is canceled for SeaWorld San Antonio. I actually love Hollow Screams. I don't know if Busch Gardens Parks will have Hollow Screams or not, but that's what's going on in Texas news. Oh, excuse me. So yeah, so you got all these. That's the New England stuff. There's some Texas info. I think you're going to see a scaled down Halloween. I do. And before I get into this Halloween thing while I'm talking, I know things take a little bit of time to, with the delay. Let me know what you guys think about the Jen conversation. Do you agree, disagree with what she says and I say? And before you get into that, remember, it's a corporate company. It's not like Knoebels. Like a family-run place. So when you're trying to get answers from a bigger company, they're not gonna just outright. They're not allowed to. They sign those, those non-disclosure agreements. They're not allowed because if something leaks out, it can make the stock dive based on a comment that is potentially harmful to the company. That's why they're saying this is their statement. Da 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 da. That's the corporate answer. We got a little bit of an answer, and there you go. But I don't know. What do you guys think about it? Now, I would look. I don't know how many of you been to Discovery Cove. It's like, if you want she's corporate. And I have nothing wrong with that. And you're right. There's not saying it's bad, but it's reality. She was able enough to say that. You know what I mean? Like, she was allowed to say what she was allowed to say. And that's it. Yeah, she has to work in the environment she's in. Wait, what was I just saw something pop up about. Oh, so I'm not opposed to having this reservation, and I'm not having the reservation site. So I miss the being able to go back and forth as I please before the reservation. Yeah, it's nice, but so you're gonna be, hey, Theme Park New England, are you going to the Twofer Connecticut event at Quasi and Lake Compounce? I know we were talking about that the other day. I didn't know if you've signed up or not. I'm excited if you're going. But yeah, here's the thing. When you now for the example, right? I'm gonna go to Discovery Cove. It's an all-inclusive family resort in Orlando, Florida. So you know that. Now I'm sure they probably. I'm clicking book a day. Get out of here with your cookies. I'm gonna cookie your face. All right, so if you want, like, if you're only like just doing Discovery Cove and you're not doing the add-on in SeaWorld or Aquatica, if you want to just go to Discovery Cove without the dolphin swim, it's $149 a visit. There's no, you can't season past that. And signature dolphin swim packages, you get all Discovery Cove and the dolphin swim for $199, $200. They have one where you can add SeaWorld and Aquatica with the dolphin is $220, and they have Discovery Cove, SeaWorld, Aquatica, Busch Gardens tickets for $245 per visit. So you don't. That's not like a season pass and you go. You get a whole day from open to close, right? But you get a lot. Here it says Discovery Cove's in-water dolphin experience has resumed. Discovery Cove guests with signature dolphin swim reservations will be able to enter the water and enjoy a waist-deep experience. Masks will be required to be worn by guests, as well as zoology professionals. Social distancing between parties will be in place. Additional so you can't even. You don't get a dolphin swim. They probably give you what do you call it? You get that time period, but you probably get more with the dolphin than you do instead of riding the dolphin, like holding on to the back fin there and holding on to the dolphin and swimming back out. You probably just get a small. You probably don't even get to ride on the dolphin, but you get to interact, touch them, feed them, whatever. But for those that have never been to, and this could be something that Six Flags does down the road. I mean, you probably couldn't afford a season. Well, maybe they're like $1,000 instead of $250 or whatever, $230, whatever. Like $240 or whatever. Regardless, but hang on, I'm trying to find. So you're gonna get unlimited food and drinks. They got all, you get wetsuits, snorkels, snorkeling with fish and rays. Hand feed tropical birds, up close animal encounters, winding rivers and waterfalls, sunscreen and towels. So you're getting for the day for $245. You're getting all this craziness. So then you just pick a day, you buy a ticket, you pick a day, you go, and it's limited to like 1,000 people or something like that. It's crazy, whatever it is. No, it still shows I'm live. I'm glad that you're going, Sean, so that's going to be awesome. So, here's my thing. What if, hear me out on this, party people. Now, say Six Flags went to that model. I don't know how sustainable that is, but what if you got 1,000 people a day, and say the passes were $1,000 to get in? Any theory on when they were offer season pass holders during a flash sale? I don't know. They might not do a flash sale this year because they might just be like, they might. I don't know. I haven't heard a word. And usually when they do, it's usually Labor Day weekend. I don't know if that's going to things are definitely going to be totally different. Things are going to be crazy. Things are going to be different. And that's... You know what I'm saying? There's probably going to be some good discounts. There's probably going to be a lot of cool stuff. Like, when, what do you call it? If I can get it cheaper than I currently have, when the flash sale happens for memberships, then I may take that on. Because right now, I'm out of my... Well, I don't know. No, I can... I mean, I could cancel without repercussion. You know, because of... I went through all... You know, I did that all last year. I set it up all last year. You know, for opening day last year. So, I'm not under the 12-month thing now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can just... If I really did, it was like, forget it, I ain't going nowhere, I could just cancel, nothing. But I'm not. I'm paying because I have hope that Six Flags New England's going to open. And if not, I'm sure Great Escape's going to open probably before New England and Darien Lake. So I'll go to those. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid to take a stand. You know? But yeah, there's a lot of stuff that's going on, and it's crazy as hell when you see all. I mean, because we've seen this 1,000 times. We're living through a time that we've never seen before. Yeah, I got the membership dining. Unless it's cheaper, if not, keep it. Maybe they offer a new thing for us. Maybe, I don't know. If New England don't open, obviously, but like I said, it is what it is, and there's nothing we can do about that right now. We just gotta kind of ride it out, see what happens. If you're on the fence and you're like, hey, I'm just gonna pause my stuff or cancel it or move it to next year, then hey, that's your prerogative, your choice. Do what you gotta do. You know, so, I mean, it's probably in the best interest just to, I don't want to be the Debbie Downer, but I think at this point, what I would do is I would push it off to next year, have it ready for opening day, and call it a day. What's up, Coaster Box? I responded to one of your comments from like 5 days ago on Instagram. Today, I think, when I was at work. I think I did that. Yeah, I mean, I'm still paying. I didn't shut mine down for me and the two boys. I haven't done that yet. You know what I'm saying? And yeah. So, but back to what I was saying. What if? Yeah, this is a hardship. You stop. You know. But wouldn't? Hey, it's all good, Jay, man. Hey, things happen. So what would you guys think if Six Flags moved to a Discovery Cove model? Now, I've been to Discovery Cove one time, so I know what it's like. And let me tell you. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you, man. All of you. If you're into, you know, dolphins and swimming with fishes and stingrays and stuff. Oh, you got it, theme park. No, I'll let you know. Don't you worry. We can ride up together, man, and just have a ball, wild out. I haven't been to Great Escape in a while, and I've never been to Darien Lake. So, we'll make that happen, buddy. Guaranteed. If it's opening, I will let you know, because I'm going to go. And we will go. We will go, buddy. I got you. I'll take you up there. I don't care. But anyway, so look, they give you I remember when you walk in the building to get into the park, you know, it's where you do check-in at Discovery Cove. You check in, they give you, you know, your name badge and all that, and your badge, if I remember correctly, got you into the parks like Busch Gardens, SeaWorld, blah 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 blah. You know. Well, you see Kings Island employee tested positive for Corona, Wuhan, COVID-19, whatever people, the China virus, whatever your preference of calling a virus, somebody at Kings Island got it. One of the employees. So you go in there and then you can get breakfast, right? They have a restaurant. You sit down. It's a buffet. Get some food. Lunch, same thing. You go up there. I want a burger. I want this or that. You know what? Let me check something quick. That was 2012. I just wanted to like see if I had a couple pictures. Like, I mean, you guys know, like, I'm not worried about like a dolphin swim or I'm just trying to. I could have swore I took some pictures to give, you know, for an idea of. I don't know if I took any of the food, which is unlike me because I always like to take pictures of my food. I can tell you that the food was good. I know that much. Yeah, we had a cabana. We got dolphins. We went to sea. I think we went to SeaWorld that night, actually. Most people couldn't afford a higher price membership. I mean, I know I couldn't be like running around going, "Hey, I'm gonna buy." Put it this way: if that happened, and it was like $1,000, I'd have to like pray for a bring a buddy day to bring my kids, or pay one time for them to go, or leave them at home. You know what I mean? Yeah, memberships are cheap, but what if Six Flags did them all? Anyway, so they got the restaurant, but they have all these kiosks where you can get snacks, you can get free booze, free drinks. $5 silver dollar. June 17th to 24th, my self quarantine. Hey, what's up, E Productions? Well, I saw I know somebody, I think, that went during that time. I gotta talk to them. SFNEOnline, can you give my Halloween haunted house business Eek Productions a shout out? I sure can. What up, Eek Productions? What do you guys do? I haven't checked anything out. I don't know what you do. So you sell Halloween props and decor. If you could somehow get me a link, because I don't think you can put a link in, but I can put a link in. I don't know if you follow us on Facebook or anything. If you follow me on Facebook, you can. Oh wait, I got the thing over here. I think it's set up that you can't post a link, but I can post links. So, I'm just gonna type it again. If you go look on Facebook, I don't know if I'm sure you have Facebook. If you go look there, you see the little icon picture. It's me, my fiance, my son, and Insane Clown Posse from a meet and greet that I did last year. So if you got a link, send it there now if you can, and I'll post the link down here because I can do it, and people can, I can put the link and people can check it out. Because like I've been doing reviews and I've been sharing stuff. I don't know, Eek. I don't know if you're familiar that we also, that's part of this SFNEOnline world. We do the Hauntapalooza podcast. It's the same, but it's different because I know a lot of people can't stand when I talk about Halloween crap all the time. There's a lot of Halloween fans in here. There is. And I've been doing, helping promote a bunch of people. Like Haunted Hills Productions and what's the other one? There's another one I've been. You don't even have to. What the hell is it? I forgot the name. I'm gonna look at. I know I shared one of their posts, and they make. I mean, their stuff's really, really like crazy expensive. What the hell's the name of the company? Where the hell is it? Jesus, I posted a lot of stuff since. Oh, who the hell is it? Immortal Masks. Like, we're not like picky, choosy, biased about, because some people might like your products better than the other place, and so on and so forth. Just it might be price. They might not like the quality as much. I might make a crappy product and you make an awesome product. I don't know. Isn't there, I think I got to do it through my phone. Because I can't even see. I don't know. It's so weird how... Okay. Oh, yeah, here's some more. Oh, message requests. Oh, okay. So there's one. Yeah, if you just find me up on Facebook, I'll gladly post the link. Maybe see if maybe I can find it. I know we're talking about E Productions, but that's okay. Oh, I got it right here. All right, so if you guys want to check them out, here's the link. If you want to check them out, see if there's something you want to buy, by all means. If you like it. But yeah, make sure you check these guys out. They seem like cool people to me. Check them all out. I got no beef with spreading love. I'm not one of them douche. I mean, I'm not a million subscriber person. You know, I don't have a million subscribers, but I would hope that if I had a million subscribers, that I would still be doing what I do now, like doing that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So it's like I said, I hope that, you know, I keep my ego in check. You know, the little bigger I get, and the little bigger I get, and so, you know what I mean. Like, I hope I keep my ego in check, and hopefully, if I get out of, you know, if I kind of get out of my lane, that you guys say bump me back into lane. You know what I mean? Like, if I'm starting to be a douche, then I hope you guys call me out for it, so I'm not an ass to everybody. That's not what I want to do. So as we're talking about theme parks and haunted houses and whatever else we're talking about, if I get out of my lane, I hope people are there to help me to get back into lane. I don't think right now they're going to raise prices of memberships, Mr. Billy. Here's the thing, right? Like I was saying, what if you had a world that was similar to Discovery Cove, right? Say that it was similar, right? Say instead of dolphins and fish, it's theme parks. Say, for instance, the ticket went to $245. Say it was even $200 a day. That's not going to happen because Disney's $100 and something. Say they went to $100 a day. That was the ticket. And say you had Diamond Elite, it's usually, say, what is it, 18, 20? Say it was 20. All right, I'm going to break out the calculator. Real quick here, just because I'm very bad at math. See, kids, all this stuff that they're making you do in school, you're not going to write, when, you know, the math you guys are doing, unless you're like a draftsman, engineer, scientist, or something, you don't need to write out the equations. Look, 2 plus 2 is 4. I think in school it's like 75 now. I don't know what it is, but it's not. 2 plus 2 doesn't equal 4. My kids showed me an equation. I'm like, it's the answer. They're like, nope. I'm like, what the hell's the answer? I'm like, it's supposed to be like, I don't know, it was supposed to be something stupid like 15 or 21 or something like that. And it was like 100 and something. I'm like, what crackhead's teaching you math? Whatever the number was supposed to be like 15 or 21 or something, not 100 and something. I'm like, where are they getting this? And the kid's writing out. I'm like, dude, that's wrong. Do this, add this, carry the 1. Always, once you get out of school, that stuff's going to leave your brain. You'll be using this, right? This is what you're going to use. You would. I'm telling you now. Tell your teacher to eat a bag of shit. Say, hey, the fat white Grove Show guy that's an asshole said, all I need in life is a calculator. You can tell your teacher I said that, and if your teacher has a problem, tell him to message me on Facebook. Give him my name. Tell him to look for the ICP logo. Tell him they can tell me, and I will tell your teacher where to go. You do not need to write out the stupid equation. 2 plus 2 is freaking 4. I don't care what your teacher says. Anyway, so say it. I don't know what people are paying for their membership. Say it's $20 a month times 12 is $240 a month. Say, look, well, I'm going to write it out. Look, 20 times 12 equals 240. Right? 240. It's not like 1,000 something. 240. Okay? Tell your teacher. 20 times 12 is 240. So let's see what happens if it went. I know it sounds crazy. What if it went to 50 times 12? No, that's wrong. 50 times 12 is $600. I know a lot of people will complain. Right? I got to make sure I show you guys. So if you need to show your teachers how math is done, right? 50 times 12, because there's 12 months in a year. There's not some crazy conspiracy like 13, 15 months. There's only 12 months in a year, right? You hit the equal button. $600 a year. 600, right? 600. Just saying. It's not rocket science. I mean, if you're doing rocket science, then you're going to have to write out equations and stuff. Okay, I get it. There's very little use for that kind of math. Very little. I don't really do math. Anytime I have to do math, I do that. Yeah, that's... See, here's the thing. I was about, we haven't gotten a real... Like, we did one podcast with you-know-who, the child molester. And that podcast will get deleted once the new ones start going in. I was getting... Ellie Mae, we were talking with Ellie Mae and getting it ready to kick off, finally, the podcast. After, the states are reopening, everybody's comfortable going, people's houses and stuff. That was going to happen, like, last week, this week. And then if you could see the haunted place, it's a mess right now because of pinballs. I got pinball legs, pinballs on the floor, like the balls. I have my custom Gremlins pinball machine apart in there. Well, the head's off the body because it's old and moved. So, well, I'll talk to you in private about that. That's we've talked about that. We're not trying to beat the dead horse, but. Yeah, so you're paying $42 a month with a membership, Flash Pass, dining, actual park pass. I'm paying $75 a month for 3 passes, and a member dining for the 3 passes for Dining Elite. And it sucks we don't really get anything really extra-ish. And I get it. But anyway, so because of the problem, I had to move the pinballs all over this place. So now I can start getting everything out, and then I got to contact Ellie Mae, and then we're going to do the podcast. Because I can't have a podcast that people would... Nobody's going to see the child coffin I have and, the room if it's got pinball machines and pinball legs and all this other crazy stuff, right? Nobody's going to see that. So, because of that, so we had to postpone it because, haunt owners and actors, and we got makeup artists and stuff raring to go, ready to go, but I had to postpone it. We were finally going to kick it off. I was going to do, like, video ones, and then I'm like, Yeah, did you see the video of with the new targets? I think they were going to add more or something to it but like I know when like the interview that we did with Larry, the new park president, or GM, whatever you want to call him. There was supposed to be a lot of stuff that happened this year at Lake Compounce, but because of the virus, the stay-at-home orders, they couldn't do anything. I mean, it's cool. Like, I rode Ghost Hunt 4 times opening day, and the video doesn't do it justice. It's just cool because with the mirrors and the targets and everything just bouncing off, you don't know what's a target, what's not a target. It messes with you. You're just shooting at targets. It's cool. I didn't do a good job filming the video. I did it quick because I asked the guy, I'm like, hey, can I record this? Saying SFNEOnline. I'm like, and they're like, yeah, go ahead. So, I asked, and they said, yeah. But regardless, they couldn't. There could have been. I don't know exactly everything that was supposed to be going on. You know. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that's going to happen next year for the park. You know, they'll finally get the water slide. You know, done. They're gonna be doing some celebrations for Boulder Dash in the park, and they're gonna be doing all kinds of stuff. And that's cool. I don't know if the graveyard's gonna open. I can't see why it can't open. Well, here's the problem with haunted houses, and that might be a problem with Fright Fest. You can't do Congo lines. You just can't. I think, and yeah, I really think that this year haunted Halloween isn't gonna be, even if the haunts open. They're working on launching virtual queues, but I don't. Jay Kite, I don't. Did they implement the virtual queues in Fiesta yet, or is that still being worked on? And I don't know, Alex. I don't even know if they got. If you're a great adventurer was, and I don't know if they have the virtual queue thing going. I know they said it's coming this year, but I don't know if it's ready yet. I don't know. Here's the thing: haunted houses. They just can't, and they know that. And even Halloween Horror Nights knows no Congo line, even though like Haunted Graveyard, Halloween Horror Nights, and most haunted attractions are built to get the people through. You know, get them through, get them through, get them out, get them through. I don't think that haunted houses are going to be highly attended this year. They could be, and I could be totally wrong. I don't think they're going to be, but they could be. I don't know. You know, I really don't know what's going to happen. Like I've talked to 13th World in Cumberland, Rhode Island. They go, we're optimistic. If we can open, we're going to open. Same thing with Fairtown. You know, so, and they said Fairtown. I mean, even in the beginning of the virus, I don't know right now what their stance is. And when I can get some of the Fairtown guys in here to talk to them, to see what they're allowed to say and not say, they claim that they'll still be doing extreme fairs this year. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if they can do that, because when I talk to yeah, RI Go-Karts is open, man. I'm thinking about going soon. I can't go this weekend, but I'm thinking about going in a couple weeks. I think that everything should just be done on the phone. Forget having a flash pass watch. Forget having a device. Just your phone. That's all you need is the phone. That's it. They probably don't want that because you're gonna need. They don't want you to have your phone on the ride, but it's catch-22. You can't have both ways right now. You know, you just can't. To be honest, I don't know. I mean, I can email Jen. She may or may not know. She might. It all depends what they're willing to tell us, but. I can ask, because I don't think that was a question in the boatload of questions that I had. I don't think about that. I didn't think about that. And I don't think anybody asked that. I'll have to relook at the questions that I sent Jen. Because right before they open, we'll find out. Well, Mr. Billion, what Jay is saying is, when realistically, when everybody for memberships from Diamond and below all get an upgrade to the next level. Diamond Elite can't go any further, right? So they're getting these like awesome perks. I mean, yes, Diamond Elite that were original Diamond Elite are going to get more skip the lines than somebody who's not. You know what I'm saying? So again, that's another thing to deal with, you know. It is what it is. So you take that with the grain of salt that it is. And and I understand it. And I know some parks want to do other things, you know. Right now, for me personally, I'm not really too much worried about the perks. I know. Hey, Alex, did Great Adventure go to the watches? That's a good question because you've been down there, so you would know. If they got the watches, then most likely New England is going to have the watches too. That's probably going to be spread out. But I'm hoping that all parks just move to virtual queue. I hate waiting in a line, and I think all of you hate waiting in a line. Period. Regardless if you want to skip the line or not. I would rather do like Disney does. You make a reservation for a ride. It tells you when to ride, and boom, you're done. That's it. You don't need no more, no less. That's it. That's what I would hope. Excuse me. You know, it is what it is. So, but like I was saying, I keep seeing other questions and stuff like that. But if Six Flags could move to a Discovery Cove, say they limited it to 5,000 people a day, and the ticket was 100. Say it was $100, right? It's more math time. Let's do some more math. So say you had $100 a ticket times 5,000. So you can make $500,000 a day if you got 2,000 people to buy a ticket. I mean, think about this. I don't know how many memberships passes there are, right? Say you had 3 million members, right? Right, so I put 3 million. Say you had 3 million memberships all combined. Say the average what if, let's just say the average season membership costs $400 a year. A little bit more than we're paying now, but say it was $400. Oops. Shoot. Hang on. Not 30 million, 3. Times. Gotta hit the times button. Say 400. Yeah, I can't even calculate that. You get the idea. Say, all right, so say, let's say 2 million members. Let's see if that works out better. Probably not. Times 400. 800 million. $800 million a year. Just in, if the average cost is going to be up and down and different. That could be your potential income just off a membership. If you had 2 million times $400, you could make $800 million. There's the math. You didn't have to write out some crazy equation in school. You just use a calculator to figure that out. And then they can go from there to get it. So if they could do that, now say you had 5,000 people a day. Times 100. Just you could potentially. I don't know what the nut is to make every day for them. Say you had, what'd I say? Oh, 5,000 people, and each ticket was $100. Say it just averaged out to $100. Well, you're making 500,000 a day. 500. I don't even know how many operating. Just say there's 100 days. It's probably more than 100 days, but just say you can make 50 million in a season. If you had 5,000 people paying $100, you could make 50 million in a year on one park. How many parks they got? Just say 12. Well, it would come out to 600 million a year for 12. I know there's more parks than that, but just say you made 600 million a year. You could keep doing that. It's a limited experience. They're money hungry and they're not going to do it. But even at the operating cost, and you had all these parks, and you did that, and you only had let 5,000 people in, that's not a lot of people in the park, in any park. They're just scattered around. You know, people are jumping from ride to ride. I mean, I don't know what an average day at a Lake Compounce, like when it's not non-virus time. I don't know what the capacity, you know, like I don't know how many people are doing it. What's up, Nitro 3 Train Ops? Like, you know what I'm saying? But what if you had an experience where everything is included? Food, shows, your whole experience for the day, whatever it is. If it's Halloween, Christmas, they just limited it to 5,000, say. What's one problem with SFNE opening? What's the problem? I'm just saying, think. Well, that's why they. Well, that's because. Well, no. I'm not. I'm talking like if. I'm talking about after the virus, not now. After the virus, I'm saying that becomes a thing. Reservations, it's more inclusive. You could do a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? I know it would piss people off if it was, you couldn't just come and go as you pleased. You'd have to schedule that. Yeah, I saw that. No Nitro today. You know, I would be all for that. I know it sounds stupid, but I honestly would be for that. I'm just saying, think about it. Less people, better experiences, better customer service. Because if you're only going to max out at 5,000 or 3,000 or whatever it is every day, and you get everybody to pay that price, right? You got, you know, you up your membership prices to whatever a month. You up your whatever to whatever. So, like if it was like $50, like I said, if it was $50 a month to include everything, you would, like J Kite would be paying like $8 more a month, but it's a limited thing. You can do a reservation, you can da 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 da, you pick and choose, da 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 da, you're good to go. Bam. Just saying. Just saying. I think it would, I would be down for that. Just a limited capacity. But they would, I think the parks are supposedly running at 25% of their normal capacity. Whatever their capacity is, they're only letting in 25%. So, obviously the number per day during the virus is different at each park based on their capacity. So that comes into play. Am I missing stuff? Boy, I didn't even... Texas State Fair, it's been canceled for 2020 due to the coronavirus. So, you know, I'm trying... There's some stuff. Oh, yeah, we were talking about Great Adventure. There was a fight. And you guys were kind of talking about it earlier. There was a guy... They stopped the train. Guy had a phone. They came back. Argument. People hopped the fence, and they were in the no-no areas of Nitro. And then everybody got escorted out. That's what it looked like. And then there was another video at Hershey Park with... there was a lady, and there was something going on. I couldn't really follow what was going on. I don't think I had my volume up. I was just watching. I probably should have listened to hear what was going on. And there was a fight, and it looks like she got escorted out. I talked about SFNE. Talked about Hershey Park. Lake Compounce. Zoomerang, from what I've heard, opened 2 days ago. So if you like boomerangs, then actually Lake Compounce has a decent boomerang. I get no headbanging on that. That's definitely good, you know. Magic Kingdom. The park opened yesterday. And Tim Holleran from Coaster Crew sent me some pictures. He was there. It was a cast member preview. I'll have to watch O'Leary. I'm not... I've heard about Officer O'Leary, but I haven't really... I don't think I'm subscribed to him. I'll have to check that out. I think I've seen a video or two of his, but I don't think I subscribe. Just whatever pops up. You know, if something pops up. So anyway, obviously for the most part, it was pretty good compliance. I did see like a photo somewhere, not from Coaster Crew, but somebody else. There was a group of employees at Magic Kingdom yesterday, bunched together. I think that was from yesterday. So they said it's constantly crazy clean. People are praising the efforts. But I think today and tomorrow is season pass holder days. So we'll see what happens as it continues. But the thing that Tim Holleran showed me about Magic Kingdom, I gotta look at my message to see exactly. I forgot. He sent me like a few pictures. And where the hell is it? Where are you, Mr. Tim? Oh, so he showed me a picture of the castle all done. So if you want to see the, not like you can, let me see. I got it on my phone. I'm not going to send it and all that. So you can see that was yesterday. It's not really good quality, but you can see that the Cinderella's castle has been painted. It's a video just going like this that he took. Somebody's buying all the... He put this. It says all the Splash Mountain merch. And then when you hit the button, you can't see the arrow or the price. But the price on the register was $736.07. I don't know if he bought it or if he just shared it with me. I don't know what the hell it is. It could have been him. But everybody was telling me that the line for merchandise for Splash Mountain, there was a line coming out just to buy merchandise because of its closing. By the time I get there, there may not be any merchandise for Splash Mountain. Like, I'd like to get like a t-shirt or something, you know what I mean? Like, I don't need to buy all the merchandise. Some of the merchandise, you know, like a t-shirt or something, I'm okay with that, you know? The claw. What's the claw? Well, I could find that out real quick. Rides. I've been to Hershey, but I don't know what the hell the claw is. But I'm going to find out. Coal Cracker, I love that ride. Is it under the with a T? Oh, yeah. That's like, okay, it's like Revolution at Dorney. Those rides are alright. I'm not, they're tiny. I mean, I'll ride it if somebody wants to ride it, but I don't go run to it. Like, I don't care if I miss that ride, you know? Why don't I remember their whip? They got a whip? I don't even remember it. Oh, their Wildcat sucks. I guess anybody with the name Wildcat for their roller coaster is just cruising for a bruising. It's gonna hurt. They're gonna hurt, man. Capital Blue. What's this? Lightning Racer. I love Lightning Racer. The Hershey Triple Towers. Those are great. Laugh Track. Great Bear. They got flyers too? Damn, I didn't know that. Well, now they get that. Fahrenheit. Nah, it's alright. Fender Bender probably sucks. Comet. It's hit or miss. Coal Crack is good. I haven't tried Candemonium yet. That's up for something new. New for something. Yeah, I rode it at Palace Playland. Do they call it? No, is it called? I forgot what they call theirs. Might even be called Revolution. I would agree. That New England's Six Flags Boomerang is... Both Boomerangs are a dumpster fire. Yeah, Lake Compounce still has the old restraints on it. So that, I saw them. They were still like that when they were on the track when I was there on opening day. And but it's open now. Wildcat still... I saw on Disney Lovers HP video the other day they had flyers. Lightning races is cool. Jay, man, have you ever been to Six Flags in New England, Jay Kite? If you haven't, man, if you want to head up this way, come. You can come. If you can get up here, you can come crash at my house, man. And I'll take you up there whenever the hell it opens, but I'll take you up there if you want to go. You know, so we'll go for sure. Yeah, you know what? Coastal Box, I think you're right. I think that's what it's called. I think it's called Adrenaline. I think you're right. You see. Yeah, if you go with Marcus, man, let me know when it opens, and then I'll make sure that we all meet up and go. Leave the dips. I love leave the dips, but don't sit in the back seat. It's brutal and it hurts. Well, from the last time I rode, I don't know if they've done any track work. Yeah, you did. Jay Kite, if you're ever coming up here, you let me know. You let me know. If you know, whenever you come up here. Yeah, Stromboli Runner. That's a new one. It's the Italian way of, well, it sounds Italian. It might not be Italian, but it could be Italian. And we got any other news on this thing? So Disney World, what's this? So yeah, Magic Kingdom was going off without a hitch. It looked like today was definitely good. Walt Disney World, though, if you know anything about it, the college program that gets you in there. Yeah, I heard about that kiddie park. It looks like trash, but hey, you know what? It's something for the kids, and it's better than what we got. You know what we got usually right now in Rhode Island? Nothing. We got nothing. 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 We got nothing. So it's a start, but it's not what we need. We need something like on the level of like, you know, like how Rocky Point was. It's not too big, not too small, just the right size. It did what it had to do. But anyway, so college programs at Walt Disney World have been canceled for the fall, so it's no good this year. It's right now shut down indefinitely, and then when they redo it, which will probably be in a year or two probably, then you'll get it. Silver Dollar Silly. Mystic River Falls started soft opening. The ride looks crazy. The elevator system is crazy. Ooh, excuse me. I know AJ posted it on Facebook today. Ooh, excuse me. He posted a POV of it. And, you know, it looks good, looks fun. I would like to, hey, what's up, Jason in Paradise, bud? What's up? We're still going. So you heard SeaWorld at San Antonio makes you wash your hands before and after each ride. I don't know how they're cleaning the rides, but I do know they aren't really enforcing the mask situation. Yeah, I don't really, obviously because I'm not from there, so I don't know. It's so weird. Like, when I went to Lake Compounce opening day, I saw 100% compliance. Like, if people had their mask off, it was in the proper areas to take it off. You know what I mean? Nobody fought with anybody. Nobody thought they were better than anybody. Everybody just followed the rules. Wore the mask when I don't know if the policy's still the same, but when we were there on opening day on the log flume and Phobia, they said you could take your mask off. Well, Phobia, they're like, take it off, put it in your pocket, put it in the thing. And then the log flume, like, oh, you don't have to wear it if you don't want, you can take it off because it's a water ride. So, who knows? I'm just excited that I'm going to be at Lake Compounce next weekend for the event. I mean, it's pretty simple to make it work. Like, all these guys, like, look, I'm sure a lot of us are sick of the stupid masks. In the heat, we're just sick of I don't know about you, but I'll raise my hand. I'm sick of all this. I just want it to be all done. I want, and that's not the case right now. So, oh yeah, the masks are required. The only time you can take off your mask at Lake Compounce, that what I've known, seen, and been told, and physically have dealt with was phobia and the log flume. You can take them off. If you're eating, drinking, smoking, you can take your mask off. Right? So if you eat and you sit at the table, you can take your mask off. If you're having a drink, you could cheat the system and walk with the drink and drink. But I was making sure that myself and the kids were just in an area, not. I think one time we walked like towards the end, but I think it was like they were closed down because of the weather. It was raining, everything was shut down, lightning and stuff. And there was nobody. It was like, like you have Zen ride. You get on the ride by. We had like, for the last 30 minutes, we had Zen Park. Nobody in any lines. We rode. The only two rides that were open were Ghost Hunt and the Carousel. So we rode Ghost Hunt, then we rode the Carousel, and then done. We were done with the Carousel and walking back. Whatever the hell we were doing, they were like, "Yeah, not close. See you later." We were like, "Damn," because they closed at 4:45 p.m. that day because of the weather. But yeah, these are the things. But like I was saying, it's simple if you want to. And Jason, I've been seeing about the Jurassic Park host. That thing is looking great. I can't wait for that thing to be done. I want to see some videos, something of the ride. I want to see something. Because that ride is looking awesome. Like, I saw the watchtowers. I've seen all kinds of crazy things. It's looking crazy over there at Islands of Adventure. How long will masks be required at the parks? Oh, yeah, I love that. I haven't played it in a week. I need to play it. I just got it, like, 3 weeks ago, I think. I think I got it like the day before I got the. You notice, hey, if you guys paid attention to the pictures from opening day at Lake Compounce for Boulder Dash, and there was no signs. There was always the big Boulder Dash and said Mount. There you go. I mean, everybody knows, but there it is. That's part of it right there. That was hanging. That's right there. Because people are like, something's missing. I'm like, yep, part of it's in my house. So that's where that came from. But yeah. And then I have all my little nicky-nacky things behind me that you can't see because if you look, pinballs. I got a King Dakar Ride Locker sign. And then that carousel picture is a painting of the Rocky Point carousel. And then you can see Grandpa Munster. So yeah, you can see all the quirky. There's a lot of stuff you can't see behind the pinball machines. But the one, that's the newest Stern Star Wars Premium. No. Well, Mountain Coaster Lake Compounce one, they gave me that. Let me see. The Rules of Play sign is from Maurice Pear. I got that during CoasterCon, like in a silent auction at CoasterCon. The other one is Beach Bend Park in Kentucky. They gave those out during SpringCon. The King Dakar ride thing was during East Coaster in like 2015. There was a silent auction thing like during the event, and I won the bid on that. So then that's how I got that. You can't see it right now, but like right behind. See if you see the clock. Let me move my finger. I can't. All right, that's good enough. See the clock on the wall? You can't see it, but wait, I can just pull it off the wall. Behind it is a Houdini site from Great Adventure. I can pull this off the wall real quick. It's show and tell time. So I got this clock, and it needs a battery. Battery's dead. So I'm gonna take the battery out before I kill it. Now this battery was starting to leak out. Anyway, so this was silent auction during CoasterCon that was in Virginia, and at Six Flags America, Busch Gardens, Kings Dominion. Oop. So, but if you look, it's signed by, Tom Rebbe. Thanks for your support. I forgot. I think this clock got bid up to like $100. It's just a regular clock that has PTC on it. It's autographed. Says 6/22/2018. But I sound big because I wanted the clock, so that's what I bid on it. If you go to Ace event, other events, and they do like when you go to these events and they have the silent auctions and stuff, you can get some cool pieces. That was like when I went to Great Nor'easter this year in March, right before all the shutdown happened. We were at Canopy Lake, and I saw Sean there too. But I got those plastic benches there from Rocky Point, and they were all done. The bench is done. It's in my backyard under a tree. So you can sit under the tree. Plus, we had to put it out of the way with all the construction so it didn't get destroyed. And I have it covered with a tarp so the weather don't destroy it. But it's a bench. It's got all the stuff. So you're hearing from some people that the fencing around the 2021 coaster is now gone. What's up, Marcus? Well, here's the problem. This year is really tough with events. So you got to be a member of the club, or you got to know somebody that's a member of the club. But if you go to their website, aceonline.org, I don't check it out very much ever, because I got a bone to pick with the club. And once my membership's up, I'm out. They did me bad. People are like, just stay and just, what do you call it? They're like, oh, just stay and just be low key and da da da. I'm like, what they did to me and my son, no. Pardon my French, but they can eat shit, and you can tell them. Well, actually, I've already told them to eat shit. So, just so you know, I've told them, and I said, when my membership's up, I'm out. F you. You know, they did me wrong. Too bad. Well, on the calendar, August 15th, 2020, Six Flags New England has an event. Ace New England celebrates Wicked Cyclone. 8:15 on the same day, KennyCon 31. It says postponed to 2021. Ace Around the World at Worlds of Fun. But if it's funny, Over the Hill, third Wednesday on August 19th, Busch Garden Williamsburg meetup. Preservation Conference, postponed. King's Dominion meetup in August. Lone Star Coastathon, August 29th to the 30th at Six Flags Over Texas. There's not really much. This year kind of sucks. Yeah, it says international trip to Italy was going to be July 18th to the 29th. It says deferred. So that's going to happen next year or sometime. A couple of years from who the hell knows. But right now, this year ain't the year to... it's been talked about, and I have to watch what I say, because... I mean, I don't care. If they want to kick me out, I'll fight and sue the shit out of them. But what I will say, it has to do with a pedophile of people someone that used to be all over this channel with me, and some of the stuff is still there. But he tried to, do my kid. He was grooming my kid. And somebody complained to somebody about said person, and then said person fought back against Ace because that person is an assistant rep. So just so you know, you have assistant reps that think it's okay to try to touch your kids. Just so you know that. So, I've had the vice president is of what do you call it? Is the head of the disciplinary committee. So if I get tossed out, it's because of something I said tonight. You know what I'm saying? And yes, it's a private matter between me, my son, and a pedophile that thinks it's okay to touch kids and try to groom them to touch kids. So an Ace will do nothing about it, because the other person said that the photo I sent was Photoshop, which it wasn't. And, so that's why I'm like, you know what? Ace allows pedophiles and will do nothing about it because they're afraid of getting sued. So if they want, they can. You know what I'm saying? So I paid 3 years in advance like an idiot. Because people are going to say it's sour grapes because I lost the ace election, and it's clearly not. Because behind the scenes, after I had lost, up until like halfway through the year, I was helping them, get ideas for the podcast that they do that's horrible. And they didn't listen to anything I said. Which is fine. You don't have to listen to everything I say. But no. Not all regions are bad. But the executive committee did nothing. I didn't go to ACE. Somebody went to ACE. I got dragged into it. I was going to handle it on my own. They would do nothing. Think about that. ACE condones pedophiles. Think about that for a second. And I don't care if they kick me out, because ACE, if you're listening, if you kick me out, I will sue the shit out of you. So I dare you. Bring it to the table, mofo. Because by the time I'm done with you, there'll be no club left. It'll be disbanded. I'll own it, and then I'll close it. So if I was ACE, let me run my mouth for whatever I want, and at the end of 3 years, I'm gone. It's a personal thing for me. But I'm just saying, at the end of my 3 years, I am gone. I'm not sticking around. I ain't going to no events after that. I'm going to use what I can. I don't want an extension because of the coronavirus. If you want, like, different signs, Six Flags, other parks, go to different events. East Coaster, that's done in Hershey. There's an off-season one here in New England called the Great Nor'easter. They got them everywhere. They have off-season events. If you go to Coaster Con, Spring Con, whatever other con, Pedophile Con, whatever you got, they do door prizes, so you can get some cool stuff. Sometimes, like I know in New England, when they have a lot of banners, they bring them and they just go give them away, or they auction them off for $5, or you could get it as a door prize sometime. There's a lot of cool stuff that you could get. I mean, I've gotten a lot of cool things. I have. But see, here's the difference between me and everybody else that's in the club. Here's the difference between me and them. I don't need ACE for anything. I don't care. I don't need to support them. Just don't care. If they throw me out, I'm not going to cry. I'm just going to sue them. And when I'm done with them, they're done. Because all I got to say is, you did nothing about a pedophile. You're allowing a pedophile. They're done. Court go, oh, so this is what was going on, and you did nothing? ACE would be done anyway. They won't. I asked the vice president, because he's the head of the disciplinary committee. Yeah, not all of this was because of ACE. Like the Mount Coast assigned to Park was like, hey, you want it? The banner, the Cyclone banner, they gave that to me. It had nothing to do with ACE, but some of the stuff has to do with ACE. I'm not like that painting of the of the Rocky Point Carousel. Jessica's mom gave me that. She got it somewhere, but yeah, I said, look, if I leave, can you give me a refund? They're like, no. So I'm like, oh well, there you go. I'm stuck. So I'm gonna use ACE for whatever I go to get behind the scenes. I'm just not gonna mention ACE in anything. When I go to Lake Compounce in Quasi next weekend, it's not gonna mention anything. I'm not gonna show any group photos, no logos, no nothing. It's just gonna be me in my time making a video. No more, nothing. I'm done. Matter of fact, I'm not even getting in the group photo because I don't care. I'm gonna go do what I gotta do, and next place, don't care. They don't ask me, don't care. I'm just gonna use my this year, next year, and the year after, and that's it. Done. Walking away. I'm not gonna join any clubs. Besides, you probably don't want to be part of ACE because the parks are getting pissed at Coaster Enthusiasts because of all the shit they're talking and how they treat employees and park guests. I don't want to be associated with that. That's why I don't even call myself an enthusiast anymore. This stuff's crazy. It's like, why would you want to be part of something where it's all negativity? You know what I mean? It's like, there's so many people that are entitled little douches. When you look at all the people online squawking about stuff, it's them. There's some others, but it's very rare. But all the other clubs got their members kind of on a leash. You know what I'm saying? And I don't care if any of this gets back to you. I don't care if when I'm done with this show and there's an email saying you're out. I'm going to go, well, you're going to be hearing from my lawyer. It does. See, I know I could make a fresh new club that's inclusive, that's fun. See, here's the problem. Too much politics in Ace. That's like when you look at like Coaster Crew, for an example, they don't do a ton of events. I've been to their events, and it was much more relaxed. It wasn't crazy. There's not a lot of pressure to volunteer. You know what I mean? Yeah, Charles is part of TPR. See, here's my thing. A lot of people hate TPR. I don't hate TPR, and the only reason why I don't is because my interactions with Rob Alvey have always been positive, and they were never negative, ever, not once. He has never done me wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know everybody's got a beef. They've, you know, if he doesn't disagree, you know what I mean? Like, I understand where everybody's coming from TPR. He says crazy shit, and he does crazy things. And hey, that's his thing. I am never going to knock the hustle. Nobody should ever knock the hustle. How you treat people is another way of, you know, like, you know what I'm saying? That's why, like, I mean, everybody knows, like, me from the past. I used to be a racist. I used to be against gay people. I mean, I never beat anybody up or threatened to kill them, but I'll admit that all day, back in my day. I mean, it's not like anybody's going to cancel me. If they do, I'm not going to cry about it. You know what I mean? But I don't have any videos and crazy posts going, oh, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't do that. I know better than, I've always known better than that. You know what I mean? And some people, like, you know, Florida doesn't need a club because those parks aren't really, I mean, like, Fun Spot is, sometimes SeaWorld and Busch Gardens plays ball, but mostly Fun Spot plays ball down there. Disney ain't got it. Dude, I went to SpringCon, that was like 2011, I think it was 2011. Ace held SpringCon there. It was only for a weekend, and it was like $150, and all you got was an hour ERT on Hollywood Rip Ride Rocket, and the next day was Incredible Hulk for an hour. It's great, fine. And then we got first rides like on, well, you could get first rides on like Spider-Man, Harry Potter, because we were in the park before the hotel guests, stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? And to me, it wasn't worth it because, yeah, you got an hour ERT on one coaster a day. There were no meals in the park. They had a nice meal, though, set up at the hotel. That was nice. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, I give Rob Albee credit. Like, I can't, like, as a person, how you treat me, I treat you, kind of, you know, you treat each other, like, nice. Like, I get that aspect of all that. To me, he hasn't done anything, so I can't go on the rampage and go, Rob Albee's a dick, Rob Albee's a this, Rob Albee. I can't, because to me, that's being fake. If you don't like him because of the stuff he says, if he's acting like a douche, all right, that's fair. You know what I mean? That's a fair assessment. You don't like what he says. You know, you're allowed to say that. You know. Yeah, I don't know what's going on, Laugh the Dog, about construction on Tron. I know before the shutdown they were way ahead of schedule. I don't know where they are right now. I don't know how much has been done, what they're going to do. I don't know none of that. But it would be nice to find out if what do you call it? They were continuing. I mean, they probably just slowed it down and stopped paying for it right now until they got reopened, get the cash flow coming back again, you know, and then start paying in again. The money was already allocated for the ride. They had the money sitting there. They're probably just holding on to it just for right now. Because you know what I really want to know is I want to know when they're going to close Splash Mountain. You know what I mean? To turn it into Princess and the Frog. I have no idea when that's going to happen. I hope that when I go down on my honeymoon that I can get Jessica a ticket to Disney, because you can't get tickets right now. You can't even buy them. You can't even buy a pass. I don't think. I got to check. Because I want to make a reservation and then go. And at least, if it's still open, I would like to at least get one last ride on it, just to, you know, just for memory's sake, you know, because it's going to be Princess and Frog, Move to the Future. I'm okay with it. It might look weird. I hope that the Imagineers make it all fit. I think it's going to be good. I know a lot of people like, you know. Well, then they're retheming Splash Mountain, and they're changing it to Princess and the Frog. Because there was a petition going around, and evidently they've been working on this for over a year to change it because of its connected racial past to that movie, Song of the South. When I tell people that over 4th of July weekend, when I was at a small cookout, you know, we were talking about Disney and stuff, and I said, oh yeah, I said, better get your rides in and tell them about Splash Mountain. And they're like, what? Most people do not know the tie-in to the movie. Most people don't know. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just saying most people don't even know it's even connected. People just go, oh, it's little fuzzy animals, and I'm riding this ride. Only the diehards know about it, and then as the diehards tell people, it starts spreading around like, you know, wildfire. And look, if in the world that we're living in now, look, I get it. I'm not even mad about it because I love Princess and the Frog. So you know what I mean. So who knows? It's just a crazy madness of a world, and I mean we need to go in the right direction for change. Because if not, I'm not saying lay down the sword and give everything. Just, you know what I mean, like. But hey, a win is a win. But Disney knowing the trouble past, and I'm sure after Splash they're probably gonna start hitting, you know, the different rides that are, you know, being questioned. I saw Hall of Presidents. Somebody said theme Hall of Hamilton in the Hall of Presidents attraction. I guess based off the Hamilton show or whatever, play or whatever. And I heard about Peter Pan, Jungle Cruise, It's a Small World. What else am I missing? No, Six Flags has the money for their for their 2020 rides. They have the budget. 2021, probably not. You know what I mean? Like, if they were gonna do new 2021 rides, no. No, that's not anything like that. No. Your 2020 rides are your 2021 rides, because those were already paid for. Those are done. They don't. I don't believe they have any liens on them like SeaWorld, but I think that's all done. You know what I mean? Like, I think they're good. They paid their bills. They're just gonna look. When you open a ride, right? You put in a new ride. Why? Attract people to come in. You can't really do that right now with a virus because it's limited capacity. Everybody's not going to be able to get in or want to go. So the money, you're not going to get your return on investment. Like I said, and I think a lot of you guys realize this, that your theme parks that are opening, if you think that the theme parks that are opening, they know. What's this? Is that the? Did they top it off? Is that a top hat or a hill? Jason, I'm looking at my DM. That is crazy to see that. It's so, it's awesome. I'm gonna put this in quick before we leave, just because I think you guys need to see this. I don't even know if I saved it. I might not have saved it. Let me go to my downloads, because I think that's where I put it. Yeah, I didn't save it. I gotta save it. what it is. I think I gotta, because the way that it saves the file. It won't, because it says lodge at the end. Alright, now it'll work. Alright, let's try it now. So this is the, where is it? Oh yeah, I gotta hit done. So that's the Jurassic. Taken by BioConstruct. That's the top hat. Alright, cool. So yeah, they put that. I mean, Supergirl still says 2020 on Six Flags New England's website. When you look at what's new, it still shows 2020. I don't know. But yeah, there's the top hat for the Jurassic Park coast. That looks beautiful. That's a sweet, sweet, sweet thing. All right, I'm going to get out of here. It's 9:30. 2.5-hour show, guys. We did incredible. It was amazing. See, I love when everybody's chatting and we're all having a good time and we're talking, you know, and we'll be doing this next week. This weekend, just so you know, I'll be at what they call, I think it's Clark's Bears, but Clark's Trading Post in New Hampshire. So they got Bear Show. They have like a little mini version of a Houdini. They have Segway rides. They got all kinds of little things that you can, you know, partake. It's not a huge park at all, but it's a fun little park, and we're gonna go have a little fun, and that's what we're gonna do this weekend. So we'll have updates from New Hampshire this weekend. Hey, I'm glad that you showed up at all, Jason. That's what it's all about. So thank you guys. Have a great night. I love you all. I will see you guys soon. We'll be back with, I'll be back. This video's coming out tomorrow, Monday, and then there'll be some more coming out. We're going to do Planet Coaster Monday. We're going to do the Grove Show Wednesday, and whatever else videos pop up and other things. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys soon. Until next time, everybody, keep on coasting, y'all. Peace.